In the mountains of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, the air is heavy, not just with the coming of winter, but with tension that's been building for decades. What we're seeing now, the protests, the shutdowns, the frustration spilling into the streets, isn't something sudden. It's the outcome of long-standing grievances, unresolved promises, and a growing sense among the people that they are being ignored. To understand the unrest in AJK today, we must first look at the roots of this region's political and social identity. Azad Jammu and Kashmir, commonly referred to as AJK, was carved out of the larger princely state of Jammu and Kashmir following the partition of British India in 1947. The state was meant to choose between joining India or Pakistan, but conflict, war, and an eventual ceasefire line split it into two. One part administered by India, and the other, Azad Jammu and Kashmir, administered by Pakistan. Despite being called Azad, meaning free, AJK has never enjoyed full autonomy. It has its own government and flag, yes, but ultimate authority lies with Islamabad. Many key decisions, from resource management to budgetary allocations, are heavily influenced, if not outright controlled, by Pakistan's federal government. This uneasy arrangement, tolerated for decades, has become harder to ignore as the gap between the government's promises and the people's lived reality continues to widen. To give some historical context to the current unrest, in recent years, one issue above all others has lit the spark: the rising cost of living. Electricity, wheat, food, fuel, all essential items have become increasingly unaffordable. This led to rioting as people felt disenfranchised, which is made worse by the fact that AJK is home to some of Pakistan's most important hydroelectric projects. Rivers flowing through this mountainous region power homes and industries across the country. Yet the people who live closest to these resources face inflated bills and limited access. They ask, if the power is produced here, why was it costing us more than ever? But the problem is not limited to energy. There is widespread discontent about governance, transparency, and accountability. In 2024, a controversial ordinance known as the Peaceful Assembly and Public Order Ordinance was passed. It criminalized public protest with punishments as harsh as 7 years in prison. To many, this was not a law, it was a warning, a signal that peaceful dissent would no longer be tolerated. At the same time, thousands of government employees, many working on ad hoc or contractual arrangement for years, were abruptly dismissed from their jobs. These are not short-term hires. Some had worked for a decade or more in education, in health services, in administration. Their removal wasn't just a bureaucratic decision. It was a blow to thousands of families already struggling to survive. Against this backdrop, the people began to organize. The Joint Awami Action Committee, an alliance of civil society groups, professionals,